Hey guys, so I wanted to share my just share with you that I did see the movie and basically, like if, reaching out to those who are thinking about seeing it at least. So, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you and just let you know what you're kind of getting into without spoilers. So, there's not going to be any spoilers mentioned in this review. So, here we go. So, basically, the plot is there's this like the title of the movie. There's this dark tower, and basically it keeps these all these threats that are outside of our world, and it basically protects multiple worlds from from threats outside of them. And if this tower were to be knocked down, then all hell is gonna break loose. And there's these there's these men who are they're called gunslingers, and all of them are dead and one is left, and there's this man in black who's determined to unleash hell upon like all worlds. And this gunslinger is standing in between him and his opportunity to basically you know between this gunslinger is standing in between him and his hunger for annihilation. And there we go. Just saying that alone, should get you excited, or get someone like me with a taste like mine excited to go see this movie. And I was really looking forward to it, and I'll get to my nitpicks later, but it does have it does have some similarities to Wonder Woman, like where one character is in a different world, and then the character from that world steps into their world, and it's like, I mean, there's similarities to that, but it reminds me more of The Last Action Hero, like where um, the kid Jake is basically Danny, and the gunslinger Roland is basically Jack Slater, and the Man in Black is the villain, like like the main villain in The Last Action Heroes, like where they go from world, like where Jake is in this world, and then the gunslinger ends up going to that world. Like the pattern is kind of similar, and just sort of. But I mean, and yeah, like what makes that more similar to that movie than it does to Wonder Woman is like, um, I mean, Jake has been having nightmares about this world. Like, so he's seen both the Man in Black and the Gunslinger, and seeing what he basically is trying to do. He's trying to destroy this tower, and he's basically these nightmares sort of prepared him for this other world. And so if it weren't for that, then I'm pretty sure he would be traumatized and freaked out and feel like a fish out of the water. But he seems to blend in more into that world than he does in his own world. If where he's not, I guess, not as you know terrified or as alert as he is in his own world. Um, but yeah, and also like like back to the gunslinger and the Man in Black. I mean, both they're both really very well crafted characters, and they're both portrayed really well. And when they are on screen together, it is fun to watch, and it's like butter on the popcorn. Like just seeing them argue back and forth, like how I have this evil plan and I'm gonna stop you, and etc. And when they get to where they actually do have a physical showdown, and that's that's fun to watch too. And my like, okay, so to my nitpicks, and I gotta say, like Matthew McConaughey, I didn't think he would be. I never thought it would come a day where he would play a character and he would be as intimidating as he was, and not to where I couldn't watch the movie, but where it was like, wow, I could really invest into that performance. And there's no other layers to that character other than him wanting to basically unleash hell. That's basically it. You know, that's his goal. That's all he wants to really do, and it doesn't really touch base on why. I mean, and I don't think it really needs to. I could be wrong, but I don't think that needed to be explained. I mean, it felt like we didn't need that. But on my way to explanations, speaking of explanations, um, they left a lot of it out that I felt like we needed to know, like certain elements of Jake and also with the gunslinger. Like we don't get really any backstory on any of them. Like some brief little mentions, but everything is sort of left out. You're kind of out of the loop when it comes to knowing important plot elements to this movie. I mean, usually with the running time where it's only an hour and a half movie, and when I saw that when I was looking for, like when I was getting ready to buy my tickets for the movie, and I saw the running time, I was pretty bummed. I mean, I was hoping like a movie on this scale for it to be like it should be at least 2 hours, or I'd say about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like where they can basically fill in all the gaps that you need to know about the story. At least in this first chapter, it's like 8 books, and I feel like I usually don't know how movies based on best selling novels are staying true to it and how much they're not. Usually I don't, but here I feel like they're leaving a lot out. I feel like they left a lot out of this movie that is a part of the book, and that's my only problem with the movie. That it was too short, and there was not a whole lot explained. It felt like when you order something and they don't give you enough of what you ordered. Like when you said you want a large size of a meal in the drive-through or whatever, and then they put not as many fries in there as you ordered in a large fry, and it feels like you got a medium fry instead, or a small. That's how I felt with this movie. And also or the better like to explain it a bit better, like where I'm trying to put pieces of a puzzle together, and the puzzle's there, like some pieces are in there, but a lot of them are missing, and that's how this movie felt to me. And there were some moments that I did pick up on, like where I was able to put two and two together, and then like, okay, so this is gonna happen, and then it happened, and then I kind of thought this right away too, like, so this means this, and this means that, and usually I hate, like being, like predictions, but these predictions didn't bother me. I mean, like it was fun to really pick up on this. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like, of why it would be like this, and like Jake's role into this whole war between the gunslinger and the Man in Black, and so yeah, I'd say if you're a faithful fan to the books, you may not like it, but I wouldn't say don't watch it. I would say if you were thinking about seeing it, then yeah, go check it out. But yeah, I mean, like I really want this to do well, but I have a really bad feeling that it's not going to do well enough to where we could get another sequel, or at least like where they would greenlit another movie or a potential trilogy. It does have the potential to be a trilogy, even though it's like 8 books. But the way this movie was handled, the chances seem pretty slim. But I still want a sequel. I still want another movie to be made. But yeah, with that all being said, like with my thoughts, I mean, it was good for what it was. It should have been better. I wanted more. It was too fast, and it just happened too quickly. I just felt like they needed to slow it down, and it needed to be like at least a 2-hour movie. But yeah, with that all being said, this gets 3.5 chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3.5 chair spins. Like, I really wanted this to be a 4 solid chair spin movie, but I mean, I kept my expectations grounded, but I don't regret seeing it. I mean, I had fun with the movie, but I wanted more of it. and now I'm curious enough to read the books, and I'm afraid that may basically, I mean, like cripple or some of my likes of the movie will start to decay after, like, once I start reading the books, because they're long enough, like, where it could be a 2.5 hour movie. But just preparing you, for those of you who did read the books and you love them, just preparing you what you're getting yourself into. If you didn't read the books, then either way, I'm still preparing you what you're going to get yourself into. Now, if I thought it sucked, I would have said stay away from it. But I'm saying check it out for yourself. See what you think about it. And feel free to tell me if you agree with me, or do you think it was fine for what it is, or I don't know. Feel free to tell me in the comment section. So if you enjoyed my review on this movie, make sure you thumb up the video, click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.